every Enchanted Rare in my collection. Let's get into it. Alright, something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you every single card in my Enchanted collection. The two things that I will say is I'm going to go through them a little bit swift, just so that this isn't like a 30-minute video. The next thing I'll say is that just know that each one of these cards has a special meaning, special story behind it. I might share a story or two as I'm working my way through them, but just know that every single one of them has extremely special meaning to me, and I'm just super excited that I have them in my collection and can't wait to show them to you. So here we go. So we're going to go, I'm trying to go like in a sort of like a low to high situation. I don't know if I got it right. We will see, but we're starting off here with Ariel's Grotto, and they are all going to be in one touches, so I'm going to do my best to try and like get every angle here. So like here I'm just like, I didn't really test this out before, but we're testing it now. So anyway, Ariel's Grotto, I'm pretty sure that we pulled that one together as a family, which is really cool. And into the next one, which is the RLS Legacy, and this one I actually pulled on the channel. So I'll leave a link in the description for that if you want to go check that video out. That would be awesome. You can relive the magic together. What do we have next? We have, oh, of course, we have Namari. I'm pretty sure this is from that Rise of the Floodborn conquest that we were on in search for another card that you'll see a little bit later. And if you watched last week's video, you'll probably know what that card is. Going into the next one. Oh, here I think, and this is our first, I believe our first double. I'm gonna show the doubles at the same time here, just to like, obviously for sake of time, but we have Maleficent here. I believe I pulled one of these, and maybe my wife did as well. But very beautiful card. My wife loves Maleficent. It's like her favorite like Disney character. My wife thinks she's very misunderstood. So like I mean, so we love Maleficent around this house. We like that they like really like gave her a lot of love in the first chapter. But anyway, I probably got to keep speeding this up. So because we got a lot of cards. Grandma Tala. All I remember about this card was I believe I got a good deal on that card. If I don't believe we pulled it. I think it was some sort of a deal that we received. And this one, no, you know what? Maybe Grandma Tala and Captain Hook. I know Captain Hook for sure was from another video. If you want to go see that video, go check that video out. Hopefully I'm not putting like too many thumbnails in the description or too many like videos in the description for this. But again, I'm kind of reliving these so that we're kind of just going to be seeing these, like I'm running these back all together at once. Madam Mim. I know I got it a while back. I forget where I got it, but I know I did acquire it a while ago, which is very cool. And we're also going to see how the playmat stacks up here. Finder with all the different enchanteds kind of on it. But anyway, Finders Keepers. As we said, we pulled this one in our Shimmering Skies, the second case that we opened, I think, which is very cool. Sorcerer's Hat. When I saw this, like honestly, first time I saw this, all I remember saying to myself is like, I don't care how much this card is. I don't care if it's like the cheapest or most expensive Enchanted Rare. I need this card. The hat is just so cool. So that was one that we needed. I don't think I pulled that one. I think that was one where I was just like, I just need to go get this card. Unlike this one, which will be Arthur, which we believe we did pull this one together. I think this was our first Rise of the Floodborn Enchanted that we pulled, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. As opposed to this one, the Sisu, which I know that we pulled this one because, what am I about to say? We pulled it on a video together. If you want to see that video, go check that video out, obviously, right? Like, everybody likes to see Enchanteds get pulled. I do remember pulling this one. This one was a surprise because I feel like I had a lot of, that was back when I was working my way through a lot of Rise of the Floodborn blisters, and I was like, I don't know why I just didn't feel like there was good odds in that set of blisters, but I was like, let's just get the video rolling and try it together. But and we ended up making magic happen. Chernabog, I totally remember talking about this card being like, I can't believe that they introduced this card into Lorcana, which is so cool, given Fantasia that love. I definitely remember I pulled this one. A lot of sessions in the kitchen opening packs. Probably missed out on more content than we'd like to admit, because we pulled a lot of enchantments out in the kitchen. But anyway, yeah, we pulled that one, which very happy about. This next one, it's our second duplicate, and it's Cinderella and Melody Weaver. And honestly, I have no idea. Couldn't tell you why we've got the green you know, the green flap thing right there. Couldn't tell you, but it must have been something that my wife did or something. Like maybe we were looking to sell it, but I'd be surprised because I feel like we pulled both of those. And I'll never sell something that I pull. That's like at least my golden rule. Like if I pull it, I'm keeping it. And here's a great example of that. I think this is the first Enchanted that we ever pulled together on the channel from the original Inklands opening. And honestly, like, this is another one that's like, this one's going to be very special to me for a long time, just because it's the first one we pulled on the channel. Like that, I remember I had such like, and I knew I would do it eventually. I knew it was going to happen at some point. I'd pull one for y'all, but like, I was getting to the point where I'm like, I gotta pull an Enchanted for y'all on the channel. Like, I want to be able to do it. And we finally were able to do it. I remember that was a good day. Oh man, I was so excited. If you go back and watch that video, you'll see me. Like, I'm not like a big, like, I don't love to shout. I don't shout, you know, but like when I get excited, like you'll see like the fist pump. The fist pump means like I am very, very, like, I don't know why. I just like to, just all the energy, we like to just keep it in. Maybe I should shout more for the viral moments. I don't know, but that's just how I get super excited. Anyway, we have Mickey Artful Rogue getting into some first chapter Enchanteds, which is cool. It's always interesting to see how the first chapter Enchanteds are a little bit lighter, which I do really like that. It's a very classic artwork, a very timeless style. And going into Aladdin, like we see more of that. I love the way the red beams on this card. Honestly, he's one of my favorite heroes of all time. I see great things for this card in the future. I just think it's such a classic movie and just a classic franchise. So I see big things for Aladdin, or at least I hope. And even if not, I'm gonna covet that card forever because like that's just a beautiful card. Hades as well. Believe we pulled this off camera together, of course. Hades, I'm trying to remember when we got him, actually. I feel like he was one of our first. I'm going to start another pile here, otherwise these are going to fall. I believe he was the first one that we ever, maybe one of the first that we ever pulled together. I forget. Beast Relentless, I do believe I traded for this one, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't feel like I pulled this one. I feel like I would have remembered. I like the green and the blue. I love green and blue together. I don't know why, I just do. I just think it makes, I think it makes a card pop very well. So I just always remembered, like, I really wanted that card and someone had it, and so I was like, let's do it. Forget what I gave him. I'm pretty sure I gave him a duplicate Enchanted for it. The Queen. I remember the Queen. I believe we pulled this together as well. So beautiful. I feel like if there's a set that we need to probably pick it up on a little bit, it's Ursula's Return with the Enchanteds. At the same time, though, I'm trying to remember. I feel like I didn't open as much Ursula's Return as I opened Inklands and as we're going to open of Shimmering Skies, because I opened a lot of both of those. And of course, right on cue, right into another Ursula's Return Enchanted. We don't talk about Bruno. Y'all know how I feel about the songs. I love the songs. When we did a video about ranking every Enchanted for, it wasn't the most recent one, it was the last one through the Ursula's Return edition. I shouted out the songs because I just love them. Spoiler alert, I do not have Look at This Family, and I really, really want that one. Like, that one, just the orange and the red and just the Madrigal, that card beams, and so I really do want that card. And speaking of cards that family members want, here it is well documented, my wife's favorite card, the Donald Duck Pie Slinger. We did pull this in a case together, and obviously I think I called out that, like, I wanted the Mufasa, she wanted Donald, and we were able to pull Donald, which is very cool. It's always good to see people you love who are happy. Which, oh, by the way, she probably won't like that I'm saying this, but I did convince her to come on and do some sort of opening with us. So that is happening. Like, I finally convinced her to. She's like, I don't want to do it. They don't want to see me. I'm like, yeah, they want to like a talk about, opening with, our family, like you and me and my parents or whoever else, like all the time. Like, we gotta come on and do something. So I don't know how long this opening will be, but maybe she comes in and opens a celebrity pack or something like that. But it's going to happen. And into Jasmine, which I love how I call out that I don't have a lot of Ursula's Return Enchantments, and then we last like 3 out of the last 4. Super cool to see Jasmine. it was good to see her. I want to also be able to get Anna so I can knock out some of the princesses from Ursula's Return while they're cheap. I've always said I do feel like those are princesses at some point are gonna pop up in price. We have Olaf here from Shimmering Skies, of course. I believe I've showed him on the channel before. I'm forgetting which video that was. It might have been when we opened up the first booster box. I did purchase him in store when I got the case. I saw the cards right there. I was like, I want those. Like, so I saw the Olaf. I was like, I can't resist. I got to do it. So that was very cool to get him. Jafar, Striking Illusionist. I'll be honest, very surprising card here. If I am being honest, just because I just kind of feel like this card. Was supposed to be like a big time card, like very, very, very expensive. And I mean, just like all Enchanteds, it probably will be one day, but it was very surprising to see it drop so much in price. Obviously probably has everything to do with the meta, but just like cover card, front and center, I don't know. I just kind of was surprised to see the entry point for it. So I ended up picking it up. I didn't pull that card. And then, probably, I think this is the last duplicate. I'll just show it quickly because we have seen these, but the two You're Welcomes, Maui Man himself, obviously very cool to see those. And obviously I very clearly remember where we showed those. We showed them on the last two or three videos ago. So I remember showing Maui, pulled one, bought one. So that was very cool that we have Maui in the collection. And then of course we have Genie. This is, once again, showed this in a video. My wife surprised me with Lorcana cards that she bought, which was very cool. Single sword Genie, not the misprint, but that's okay. I really don't care about that. It was just cool to have it in the collection because I think I need three more first chapter enchantments. I'm close. I'm close. I do want to make sure I sure that up. Like I lock that up. It's very important just because I know with the first set, I feel like the second and I know there's been a lot of talk lately that they're not going to, that there might be reprints, things like that. All I know is like one day it'll stop being printed and prices will skyrocket on everything that is valuable in that set, including the set itself. And I actually misspoke. We do have one. This is the last duplicate. I'm sure of it. 99.9% sure, but I'm actually not positive. So if I'm wrong and Alice isn't the last one, we're gonna leave ourselves a little bit of room to say, hey, I was 99.9. But no, for real, I think this is the last duplicate. I love the Alice Growing Girl artwork. It is just so beautiful. Again, pulled one and acquired one somehow. Anytime you see duplicates, I for sure pulled one. That would make no sense for me to buy more than one. But usually when you see duplicates, usually what happened there is I either pulled them both, or I purchased one and then pulled one. Like the You're Welcome is a perfect example of that. Like we purchased it because I couldn't help myself because it was Shimmering Skies Day. And then in our case, we pulled it, which was cool. I mean, it turned out to be a really, it's a valuable card and obviously a beautiful, I love the green and Maui and all good things. Anyway, into Robin Hood, I feel like this card is going to glare like just ridiculous just because it's that portrait enchanted that we've talked about before. This cool story about that is my wife's first ever enchanted pull. I will never forget it. And it was a good one too. Robin Hood is a very good pull. Still holding its value right now. Obviously very meta relevant, which is very cool. Into a very, very big Disney princess here. An absolute banger in the hobby right now. We have Ariel and she is absolutely beaming. We're starting to get into some bigger, cards here with Robin Hood, Ariel, things like that. And then that takes us into, let's see if it's here. Okay, I have to prep for this. Bear with me here. I gotta prep. This is gotta do a little bit of maintenance here. A little bit of maintenance. I used the word duplicate, didn't I? I used the word duplicate. Okay, 99.9. I was 99.9. I was gonna say that I didn't say like there was like we're done with the two ofs, but let's be real. I said duplicates. That's how I talk. So the 99.9 was wrong. We have one more, but this one's not two. I have talked on the channel before about how I do have quite a bit of exposure to Ursula, Deceiver of All, and we have not one. Let's try to do it like this. Here we have not one, We have not 2. We have not even 3. But yes, you guessed it. We have 4 Ursula, Deceiver of Alls. I'm trying to. Here's what I'll tell you. I pulled 2 of these. So that, yeah, I pulled 2 of them. Look. This is really the other 2. I remember they were at a ridiculous deal. At an LGS. I'm not 100% sure where, but. Yeah, that one is just more like I've always said, like, look, who knows what that misprint, who knows what's going to happen. And it's technically, like, yes, it's a misprint, but technically it's not going to really show its value, like, in the market until they actually start like coming out with an errata for that card. Like, they need to reprint and then, like, do special editions. I've talked about this before. I'm sure this is the part where my wife pops up the thumbnail on that. But yeah, that one is like, obviously I needed to make sure I got it in my collection, but at the same time, it's also just me kind of taking a swing and taking a bet. Enchanteds are a good price right now at time of today's recording. If you're seeing this way in the future and Enchanteds have shot up, just go check the date on this, because who knows when that might happen. But yeah, that's one where I just wanted to make sure I had exposure to it. Coming into the last few cards here, there's really only so many more spots here we can go up, and so we are really coming down to it. But we do have Belle, strange but special. I mean, obviously, we're starting to get into some bigger ones now. Obviously, super happy that we were able to get Belle in the collection. Obviously, like, you can imagine, like, we're getting closer and closer here, but again, I've always said, like, that's one that, like, just kind of seems like timeless Disney princess first chapter, like, everything going for it. So super happy that it found its way into the collection before that gets just, like, way too difficult to acquire. Same thing with Mr. Stitch Carefree Surfer. I think we've shown this on the channel before, because we did do a video of showing like, maybe it was like my top 10 Enchanteds, something like that. But I do remember, I think I flashed Stitch on the channel before, and that means that I have also flashed this card as well. So this is our #1 raw card. Of course, it has to be Elsa, Spirit of Winter, the Elsa. So I mean, this, of course, like, we do have a few graded cards that we'll just show off here real quick. But yep, I've told the story a million times. I'm gonna tell it a million and one. My wife and I grabbed 4 packs of first chapter, 2 and 2. We each pulled 2, and it was in one of those 4. And I always love to tell that story, because, like, if you followed me from the beginning to now, the new people who have come along with us on this journey, first of all, thank you so much for doing that. And second of all, like, I always like to tell as many people as possible about this. Like, if you never know. You just never know, right? Like, you never know, like, if that pack is gonna be, like, the pack that does it for you. So and it makes for really special memories, and yeah, we'll treasure that card forever. I mean, like, it's just a super special memory. And honestly, it could have been any Enchanted. It was just really cool to be able to, like, out of, like, a big grouping, pull that one card. Like, we had a ton of packs, and we're like, we'll just take those 4. So super special. And obviously, yeah, that one will make us smile for a very long time, because of course, the memory. We do have a few graded cards. We do have Mr. Mickey, Wayward Sorcerer. Again, another one, just a very good deal on this card, and I couldn't pass it up. And I'm trying, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to start grabbing, PSA 10s right now, just because I just, like, again, they're still holding that, like, 2.5, 3x premium, but at the same time, like, especially with the first chapter, if I can get them at, like market, like PSA market, or, like, graded gem market value, like, which would be 2.5, 3x, even that seems like a steal when you think long term, if you're going to be in the hobby long term. So anyway, they're not all priced out like that either. So, like, if you get an opportunity like that, you want to take it, and so we did it. Same with this card. Anybody who saw the last episode saw this card. We teased it at the beginning of the episode, but yeah, same exact logic with Cinderella. I wanted to make sure that we got her in the collection before we got to a place where we're a little, I don't want to say priced out, but just over, just we're to a place where it's a little too overpriced, where it's like, ugh. With this, I could get 4 Enchanteds that I don't have in the collection yet. So, I mean, obviously, like, it just was like the right time to kind of just go check that box. We had to go get that card. I'm still going to try and pull that on the channel. I will keep opening Rise of the Floodborn, and you know what? Hopefully one day, like it could be years from now, and then once we do, I'll create like a whole playlist of like all the times we missed, and then we finally hit it. But until then, we'll keep trying, and hopefully it happens. And that takes us to, of course, the #1 card in our collection, at least for retail rares, probably also in general. Like, let's be real, the Elsa Spirit of Winter PSA 10. I've had this in the collection for quite some time. I honestly don't remember what I purchased it at. I mean, you can obviously probably guess. I've had it for about, something like 14. Well, what am I saying? Not 14. 14. I've had it for probably 4 months, something like that. Here, I'll throw it back up on camera. I've had it for about 4 months, something like that. So yeah, whatever prices were about that. Obviously they were probably a lot higher than they were now, but I also wanted to make sure I locked in that price just because, yeah, who knows what's going to happen long term. But that, along with all the other enchanteds that you've seen in the collection, are all, of course, probably going to stay with me forever. Like I said, it would need to be like a duplicate that I didn't pull. Because again, like I said, if I pull it, I'm going to keep it. But super excited that I have all these in my collection, and just super happy that we could share them with you, and appreciate y'all watching it. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for today's episode of every enchanted rare in my collection. If you enjoyed today's video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video, coming along with us on our journey. We are eternally grateful for you all, and we will see you all on the other side. Peace out.